was plenty of on-track excitement and drama on show during back-to-back weekends at the Sachsenring in Assen, with Fabio Quartararo and Pecco Bagnaia taking wins ahead of a well-deserved summer break. Amid all the fun and action, you may not have caught everything that happened, so these are your other battles from the German and Dutch Grand Prix. In Germany, Quartararo became the king of the ring thanks to a dominant performance, while Johann Zarco meted a French 1-2 on the podium. Jack Miller also fought his way into the rostrum places, but only after battling hard throughout the duration of the race. After a good start, he dropped to 7th on the 5th lap due to a long lap penalty. Despite the setback, he worked his way through the field, getting past Jorge Martin on lap 7, before Fabio Di Giannantonio was next on his list 5 laps later. The Aussie then locked horns with an on-form Maverick Viñales before a wobble from the Aprilia rider gave him his chance to pass, while it was only to get worse for Viñales, who had to retire due to a technical problem. Ahead of Miller was another RSGP, Aleix Espargaro. The two went wheel to wheel, and with 3 laps remaining, the Ducati passed the championship contender to take his 3rd podium finish of the year. For Fabio Di Giannantonio, the rookie recorded his best finish of the season. He battled with some of the more established names on the grid, even getting the better of Pramac Martin on more than one occasion. But despite eventually losing this battle, he did go on to record a best ever finish of P8. Further back, Digi's teammate was having a tough afternoon as Enea Bastianini slugged it out with Marco Bezzecchi for a place inside the top 10. The two were never too far away from one another throughout the race, and it was a lap 16 overtake from the Gresini rider that handed him the advantage on his way to a P10 result. It was a day to savour for another rookie too, as Raul Fernandez picked up his maiden MotoGP points. The KTM rider battled past a fading Paul Espargaro on lap 22 on his way to P15. For Espargaro, the Repsol Honda rider didn't see the checkered flag as he retired early due to a pain in his ribs, which also forced him out of the Assen TT 1 week later. The Dutch GP proved a Race of the Year contender, with drama happening all over the circuit. Pecco Bagnaia took his 3rd win of the season, with Marco Bezzecchi making his MotoGP podium debut. It was a race to remember too for Maverick Viñales, who claimed his first top 3 finish in Aprilia colours. Top Gun started 11th on the grid and picked up a couple positions inside the opening lap. His surge through the top 10 continued, sticking a move up the inside of Taka Nakagami at the Gert Timmer chicane, which put him onto the coattails of Brad Binder. Viñales got by the South African on the 10th lap, while 7 later he made his move on Jorge Martin to take a top 3 place. His race wasn't over though, with Miller's factory Ducati putting him under some intense pressure, but Viñales held his nerve to break his podium duck with the Noale factory. For the other rider in Aprilia colours, there may not have been a podium, but it was certainly a day to remember. Aleix Espargaro was in victory contention until unfortunately getting caught up in world champion Fabio Quartararo's crash. That dropped the number 41 back to P15, but with a golden opportunity to close the gap to the Frenchman in the title race. Espargaro wasted no time in going about his business, scything through the pack. The Spaniard made the Gert Timmer chicane his own over the course of the race, first lining up a move on Alex Marquez. Then, Alex Rins was next to fall behind the RSGP on the following lap. The two Gresini riders folded under the pressure of Espargaro at the last corner as well. While jumping down to his onboard camera, we can see how he got both Joan Mir and Johann Zarco in quick succession on lap 16 to move inside the top 10. Miguel Oliveira also had no answer for the rampaging RSGP. With 3 laps remaining, Espargaro moved into the top 6 after moving past Martin, while a good day was about to get a whole lot better for the Spaniard as he pulled off a sensational last lap overtake on Binder and Miller to claim 4th and 13 crucial championship points. Aleix grabbed the headlines for an exceptional ride, but he wasn't the only rider to come from deeper down the field. After an incident-filled start to the Grand Prix, which saw him clash with Oliveira before lights out, and then Luca Marini when launching from the line, Joan Mir rose through the ranks after dropping back to P16 by the end of the first lap. He began working his way through the pack with a manoeuvre on teammate Alex Rins amid the early exchanges. LCR Honda's Alex Marquez then lost out to the hard-charging GSX-RR. After earning a couple more places, the Suzuki rider then got locked into an 8-lap battle with Johann Zarco before the Mallorcan made his move at turn 10 on lap 16. Having had a coming together just before lights out, Mir passed Oliveira later on to take a top 8 finish at the expense of the Portuguese rider. That's it from MotoGP for the first part of the season, with riders already on their holidays. When we return in 5 weeks' time, Silverstone will be waiting for round 12 of the 2022 World Championship.
you.